So today we're going to be working on level 2, trying to determine the author's point of view and the purpose within a text still. So to start off, I just want to go over what objective and subjective mean. Does anybody remember from the last class what the difference between objective and subjective is?
A little bit.
What do you know? What do you remember?
We just talked about this yesterday. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta think for a second.
All right. Anybody else? Can anybody help him?
Just wait.
I think objective is basically being direct to something,
Mm-hmm.
and I think subjective is not being exactly direct to something or giving it any detail of who or what it is.
So kind of like more of your opinion based for subjective. Did everybody hear that? So she said objective is more just plain and factual, not really putting your opinion in it. And subjective is when you use a lot of adjectives and you put your opinion into the piece. Yeah?
I was also thinking that subjective could be like objective, like you could like disagree, and then subjective you could agree, or like.
Yeah, it can get a little bit wary. Sometimes objective things can have a bit of an opinion.
Like objective and subjective could be opposite, bad and good, or like.
Kind of, yeah. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. That's a really good start, though. So here, the definitions of objective. Objective is information that is factual and based on observations and measurements. So it's kind of like textbook articles, things like that, news outlets, anything that is supposed to be factual. And then subjective is anything that is based on personal opinion, judgment, feelings, or point of view. So reviews, persuasive essays, when you want to get somebody to do something, that's all subjective. So now I want you guys to take 2 minutes, and on the pieces of paper that you guys have, I want you to split it into subjective and objective and write 3 to 5 comments on this picture for both columns. Just write whatever you can for 2 minutes. Think about the facts of the picture, what is present, what is known, and then think subjectively, how does this make you feel? What do we think is going on? What could we convince people? So take a few minutes and just try and write for as long as you can, for the whole 2 minutes. Seconds. All right, hold up, pencils down. Now I want you guys to do the same exact activity, but write it about this picture. And I'll give you a hint, it is the same little girl. So how does that change your objective and your subjective descriptions? knows a fact. ¿Sabes? Un adjective descripción es hay muchos colores. Ella está joven. ¿Entiende? All right. Pencils down. So, does anybody want to share either about the first picture or the second picture? What do you think is different?
Crazy.
This one's crazy, a little bit all over the place.
That's all furious.
It's awful.
No, he said colorful.
Oh, colorful. Oh, is that objective or subjective? Subjective because you like it? Yeah. Anybody else? What's the difference factually between this picture and the other picture?
There's got a lot more going on.
A lot more going on, right? The other one was just the top of her head, right? You couldn't really see anything, so it didn't make a lot of sense.
Her hair looked terrible.
All right. All right. So what? Why does this matter? Why did I show this to you guys today? Basically, I just wanted you guys to know that different types of products and different videos, articles, whatever, they all have very different purposes. So that first picture you saw was from a news article that was actually explaining that this little girl is an 8-year-old girl in Michigan, and she was banned from school picture day because of her hairstyle. And she wasn't allowed to participate in school photos. She was given a week out of school to correct the problem. So that's very informational. Whereas the photo you saw next, it's actually from a video where a photographer paired up with the little girl and did her school photo shoots for her. And he kind of changed his purpose and, you know, wanted to do something kind. We'll see if this video can load for you guys.
Sorry guys, the internet's running a little slow. Thanks for being patient, guys.
Everybody wants to see this video right now. That's what it is.
Lights, camera, action. Even at the young age of 8, Marion Scott owned the stage at a photo shoot led by a Chicago photographer.
It was fun. You got to pose and got to be yourself.
She got to be herself and proudly wore her red braid extensions, the same ones that kept her from getting her school photo taken back in October. Although her confidence shines in these photos, it took a lot to get here, as Marion says she felt she lost a part of herself on school picture day.
I could feel it.
This ultimately leading her parents to pull her from Paragon.
It started off great, and we got to 3rd grade, and when this happened, it was enough.
Jermaine Horton was one of the dozens of photographers that saw her story and drove hours to put on a professional photo shoot and give her a new wardrobe for free.
Confidence is a process, especially when you're rebuilding someone's confidence, especially a child, because they're so fragile. So we want to make sure that she feels not just great that day, but going forward, that it's ongoing, that she still feels that support.
Both Marion and her family are forever grateful for both the positives and negatives throughout this whole experience.
Thank you, and I appreciate it, and I love the support.
With the negativity that people were saying, it was kind of like, should we have done this? You know, and since then I tell myself every day, no, yeah, you should have done this, because it's only going to get better and people are only going to become more aware, and hopefully we'll be able to deal with these situations in schools better.
All right. See what this time? Yeah, I tried. I lost the mouse. So now we're just going to break up into 3 different groups, and we're going to practice identifying author's purpose on our own. So
Giving away this holiday.
over here, we're going to have Miss Hart's group Over here, we're gonna have Miss Platt's group, and in the back corner, the independent group is gonna be my group. So Miss Hart, that's Rena, Luden, Stephanie, Tukwaya, Alexander, Abigail, Margarita, and Gwen. Miss Platt's group is gonna be Nadia, Brian, Jada, Taquel, Henry, Juan, Sean, and Sean. 2 Sean. And then my group is gonna be Bryce, Nyla, Keyshawn, Tyler, Alexis, and Antonio. All right, everybody know where they're going?
So
Send
Miss
it-
Hart's group, Miss Platt's group, Miss Rios' group in the back. Any questions? You can be in the independent group with Miss Rios. Anybody else? Why don't you go to the independent group with Miss Rios?
Just bring a writing utensil, and if you guys have your pie notes from last class, bring those with you too.
Do you want me to full screen it?
Can you go to the next slide after?
Of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're here, right?
Yeah. And then I was just gonna
You got
leave
it,
that
Gwen.
up for the group activity.
Perfect.